A very good morning to everyone. Shimamar Gagasaba Television. Thank you for being with us. You're going to be with me, Kamika Gislen. Now let's kick off the news headlines. Rwanda High Commission in the UK launches AI Chatbot. 328 children in Rwanda shelters await support. On the international news, 651 arrested in Africa-wide crackdown on online scam networks. Now let's take a short break to be back on the news details. Welcome back. Leicester Times in Rwanda. Rwanda High Commission in the United Kingdom has launched an artificial intelligence-powered chatbot named Chuti to improve consular service delivery for Rwandans and friends. UK. The digital assistant operates 24/7, allowing users to access information on passport application, visas, documentation requirements, and other embassy services at any time. Available through WhatsApp and the mission's official website, Treaty is designed to make public service interaction faster, more accessible, and more efficient. Rwanda's ambassador to the UK, Johnson Businge, described the tool as a milestone in modernizing service delivery and thanked staff involved in the project's launch. The initiative aligns with Rwanda's broader drive to adopt digital innovations in public services and reflects ongoing efforts to leverage technology for improved citizen engagement abroad and at home. Moving ahead, a delegation from the Uganda's People Defense Forces, accompanied by Rwanda Defense Force officers stationed at the Rwanda-Uganda borders, visited the Mutabo Rehabilitation Center for former armed forces located in Musanze district. The visit, which took place on Thursday, was aimed at learning about the programs and activities that support the rehabilitation of former FDLR and other armed groups, as well as their families from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Turning to the next story, the Ministry of Gender, Equality and Family Promotion has revealed that 328 children are currently living with their mothers in women's shelters across Rwanda. According to figures from November 2025, 171 girls and 157 boys are in facilities located in Musanze, Nyarugenge, Nyamagabe, and Goma districts. Of these, 149 attend early childhood development centers. Major Prof Minister Wimana Konswere told lawmakers that 44 children have completed their legally required 3 years to be matched with foster families but are still awaiting placement, often due to disabilities or chronic illness. The issue was discussed in Parliament following a report by the National Commission for Human Rights. Members of the Parliament urged consideration of alternative sentences for incarcerated mothers with young children to safeguard child welfare. The ministry said it is working with judicial authorities and child protection agencies to prioritize family-based care and ensure children's rights are protected. Now let's take a short break to be back on the international news.
Yego nshuti bakunzi rero mukurikira ibiganiro byacu Scovia Fashion Shop munoneho kugira ngo muyibone uraturuka kuri Rwanda Revenue hari akarenge kanditsemo Scovia Fashion Shop
muri nyubako ya Mike
muri Mike ako karenge kari mu ibara ritukura iyo urebye hasi ibara ritukura ribona harimo numero za telefone wahamagara ako karenge kanditsemo Scovia Fashion ugakurikire karakujyana mu iduka ngo pi
Welcome back. On the international news, police across 16 African countries have arrested more than 650 suspected cyber criminals and recovered over 4.3 million US dollars in a major international crackdown on online scams.
The international news, police across 16 African countries have arrested more than 650 suspected cyber criminals in a major crackdown on online scam network led by Interpol. The operation, known as Operation Late Cut 2.0, ran from December 2025 to late January 2026 and targeted groups behind investment fraud, mobile money scams, and fake loan schemes. Authorities recovered over $4.3 million and linked the network to an estimated $45 million in group losses. Investigators identified at least 1,247 victims, seized more than 2,300 electronic devices, and shut down over 1,400 malicious websites and servers. In Cote d'Ivoire, police dismantled the mobile loan scam that exploited vulnerable users with hidden fees and harassment. In Nigeria, suspects allegedly hacked a telecom company's internal system to steal and resell airtime and data. Officials say the operation highlights the growing threat of organized cybercrime and the importance of international cooperation. Proceeding to international news, Venezuela's National Assembly has unanimously approved a long-awaited amnesty law that could free hundreds of political prisoners jailed for opposing the government. The bill now awaits the signature of interim President Delcy Rodriguez, who proposed it after former leader Nicolas Maduro was removed during a U.S. military raid on January 3rd. The law applies retroactively to 1999, covering events such as 2002 coup attempt against Hugo Chavez, a major oil strike, and protests following Maduro's disputed 2024 re-election. However, it excludes anyone accused of promoting armed action or foreign intervention, which critics say could affect opposition figures like Maria Corina Machado. Human rights groups have welcomed potential releases, but warn the major could be used selectively. According to NGO Foro Plano, more than 600 political prisoners remain behind bars despite recent releases following Maduro's ouster. Concluding our international list, British police have released Prince Andrew after questioning him for several hours about his link to Jeffrey Epstein. On February 19, 2026, Thames Valley Police announced the arrest of 66-year-old Loyo, the younger brother of King Charles III and son of Queen Elizabeth II. He was photographed arriving at the police station around 10 a.m. and was later released on bail, though investigations into his relationship with Epstein will continue. The arrest followed new scrutiny after millions of documents related to Epstein scandal were released in January 2026. Newly disclosed files alleged that in 2010, Andrew shared confidential British businesses information with Epstein. King Charles III, who was reportedly not informed in advance, issued a brief statement emphasizing that the law must take its course. This is the end of our international news. This is Mama Gogasabo Television.
As we come to the end of our news edition, let's remind you of the top stories that we talked about. Rwanda High Commission in the UK launches AI Chatbot. 328 children in Rwanda shelters await support. On the international news, 651 arrested in Africa-wide crackdown on online scam networks. And this marks the end. Stay tuned.